Everyone, welcome back to a new post today. Let's today look at the most important topics that you need to keep track for April 4th and 5th with regard to the upcoming UPSC Civil Services Examination Prelim of 2025. And the very first is about Supreme Court hearing a plea with regard to the Bharatiya Rashtriya Samiti or the BRS party against Speaker of Telangana's delay in deciding disqualification petitions. Let me tell you, under the 10th schedule of the Constitution and Article 102 and 191 of the Constitution, it is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha and the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly that has the power to decide on disqualification petitions, and there is no time limit that is mentioned in the Constitution with regard to the deciding factor of the Speaker with regard to the disqualification petition. And therefore the judge representing the government asked whether the Supreme Court did not have the power to tell the Speaker to take a decision as soon as possible. The Supreme Court in turn said that they can only direct the Speaker to take a decision as soon as possible, but cannot place a time limit because this is not mentioned in the 10th schedule of the Constitution as well. And now a very first tribal art from Kerala called as the Kannadipaya art is going to get a GI tag. Now it has been awarded the GI indication tag. What is this art? This tribal handicraft is with regard to a mat which is prepared from the bamboo material, and it is the only handmade craft from Kerala to get a GI tag, which will give it not only global recognition but also will increase the products the product will become more famous, and it will also be sold in various parts of the world along with India as well. It is a handmade craft made from this mat is a handmade craft made from Kerala, and the mat has a very polished surface which is smooth and also reflects light like a mirror, and therefore it is called as Kannadipaya. Kannadi means mirror and Paya means mat. India's Subhanshu Shukla will fly to the ISS now. NASA has given a green light for Axiom 4 mission, which is a private astronaut mission to the International Space Station. The mission was piloted by Indian Air Force Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla, and it will last for 14 days. He is the first Indian astronaut to fly to the ISS. He is also one of the astronauts to take part in the Gaganyaan mission of India, that is to carry humans to the low Earth orbit and bring them back successfully and safely as well. AX4 is a result of the Indian space cooperation between India and US, and Subhanshu Shukla will pilot the spacecraft to ISS along with 3 others. Now, Home Minister is on a visit to West Bengal, and he will have talks with the Gorkha land, with people with regard to the Gorkha land. Gorkhas are demanding a separate state in the West Bengal region of Darjeeling, Kalimpong and the Duars as well. They are demanding a separate state for Gorkha, that is the Nepali speaking people from Nepal who have settled in India. And the demand was first raised by a leader named as Subhas Singh in 1980s. The separate state also saw many strikes and clashes in Darjeeling and the surrounding areas by the Gorkha Jan Mukti Morcha leader Bimal Gurung in 2017 as well. Gorkhaland movement is a campaign for a separate state within India in the Gorkhaland region of West Bengal for the Nepali speaking Indians. Gorkhaland is demanding for a separate Gorkha state in West Bengal region of Darjeeling, Kalimpong and Duars, and the term Gorkhaland was coined by Subhas Singh, and he is the leader of the Gorkha National Liberation Front, who led a violent agitation for its formation in 1980s, and thereafter it culminated in the setting up of the Darjeeling Gorkha Hill Council in 1988. SC is now has resolved to publish the assets of its judges and liabilities as well. This is the very first time after 2009 that such a step has been taken after the cast in the House scam with regard to the Delhi High Court judge. Now, Supreme Court Chief Justice of India Sanjeev Khanna along with other judges have decided to make their assets and liabilities public after this case. It was in 2009 that CJI KG Balakrishnan had decided to uphold the assets and liabilities of the Supreme Court judges. And in 2019, a 5-judge bench of Sanjeev Khanna was part of the was a part of the bench which said that they would declare their assets and liabilities publicly. Also in 2019, a 5-judge bench of which Sanjeev Khanna was a part was said that the CJI comes under public authority under the RTI, and therefore any information with regard to the Supreme Court judges should be open to the public. The declaration of the assets, however, started in 1997, but it was made public in 2009. Coastal Shipping Bill for Maritime Trade now has been passed by the Lok Sabha. It regulates vessels engaged in trade in the Indian coastal waters. Under the bill, coastal waters mean territorial waters of India along with adjoining maritime zones. The bill aims to consolidate and amend the law relating to regulation of coastal shipping and also promote coastal trade and encourage domestic participation. The bill will ensure that India is equipped with a coastal fleet owned and operated by citizens of the country for national security and also commercial needs as well. Parliament has approved the President's rule in Manipur. This was done at Lok Sabha after the Waqf bill was passed, and Parliament imposed the President's rule in Manipur very recently under Article 356. Now, it has to be approved by both houses of the Parliament within 2 months of time, and it can be extended for 6 months at a time for the maximum period of 3 years. Every 6 months there has to be approval by the both houses of the Parliament for extension of President's rule. There are grounds on which the President's rule can be extended more than 1 year, and this is when the Election Commission gives a report to the President of India that elections cannot be held in the state for some reason. Now, the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, which was introduced in 1958, confers on the members of the Armed Forces special powers with regard to areas which are declared as disturbed by the state or the centre, and it has been enforced in Manipur since 1980, and it has also been in news because of the alleged excesses of the armed forces, due to which Irom Sharmila had gone into a hunger strike since 2000. The army gets certain special powers: fire upon, use force against any person acting in contravention of the law for the time being in the disturbed area, arrest any suspicious person in the disturbed area without a warrant, destroy any structure suspected to house an arms dump, shelter from which arms attacks are made and are likely to made in the disturbed area, conduct searches without any warrants for evidence, or recover wrongfully confined person or property or arms or explosive in the disturbed area. The Armed Forces Special Powers Act bars prosecution proceedings except with the centre's nod against the personnel for action committed under this act in the disturbed area. And now this act has been extended to the entire state of Manipur for another 6 months, and along with the neighboring regions of Arunachal Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland until September 30th, 2025. And for the very first time, National Aerospace Laboratory, a Council for Scientific and Industrial Research body, has signed a technology transfer agreement with a private company to manufacture trainer airplanes in India. This would be the first time that aircraft would be manufactured in India based on technology fully designed and developed indigenously. The Hansa 3 NG aircraft is a 2-seater aircraft, and it is a later iteration of the Hansa planes that have been made by the NAL since 1998. 14 Hansa planes have been made over the years by NAL, and they are used by the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Indian Institutes of Technology as well. The company is expected to set up manufacturing facilities as well as handling marketing services and after sales through NAL. At present, all aircrafts being used in India's flying training operations are imported. Now they will be domestically available. So these are the most important topics. The last one, I'm sorry. We have Agastya Malai being in news. It is located in Kerala. It is southernmost region of the Western Ghats, and the Supreme Court has directed a committee to conduct an extensive survey with regard to the tropical forest ecosystem in Agastya Malai. It is a landscape that is recognized by the UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, and it falls within both Tamil Nadu and Kerala. It also includes Periyar Tiger Reserve, the Sri Villuputtur Grizzled Squirrel Wildlife Sanctuary, Megamalai and Thiruvannamalai wildlife sanctuaries as well. So they have been report for non-forest activities going on in core areas of the reserve, and therefore these are violation of the Forest Conservation Act 1980, Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, and therefore the Supreme Court has asked the Central Empowered Committee to conduct an extensive survey with regard to these misuse or diversion of forest areas for non-forest purpose. So these are the most important topics I thought I should be tracking for you all for April 4th and 5th. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment at the end of the video. I shall see you in my next post. Until then, it's very happy learning.